Let's bring in veteran U.S. Army Captain Doug Truax. Captain, it's good to see you. What's your reaction to this deal right now? U.S. lawmakers say don't give the mullahs an inch, don't give them a dime until Iran turns over its nukes, reopens the strait without tolls. Don't let them use any money to fund their terror proxies. What do you say to all this?
Well, thanks for having me on, Liz. Yeah, it's definitely broad strokes at this point. A couple things we know for certain after having watched all this is we have the absolute best military in the history of the world. And if Trump needs to pull it back out, he can. We'll see how that works out. I think that that's always going to be the leverage going forward now, the threat of what we have already done to them and we will keep doing. The devastation is severe, obviously. That's the part that's way different than when Obama did this. So we have them in a completely different spot. The other thing is we got to make sure no U.S. tax dollars get over there in any way, shape, or form, right? That's one of the most irritating things that happened previously. But the biggest sticking point here is going to be what are they doing with that uranium? And you know, I want to stay cautiously optimistic. It's a little difficult sometimes when you see that statement a couple hours ago from the Ayatollah / IRGC that sounded, you know, characteristically murderously Islamo-fascist. And so, you know, we'll see what happens here. I think Vance has got his work cut out for him, but it's going to be a heavy lift. But we got to stick to those things that we know and make sure that they know that we'll come back after them if we need to, and we'll do it quickly if we have to. And obviously they don't get any benefits unless they play along, which is going to have to be monitored very closely going forward.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, the news coverage. I mean, there's an internet blackout in Iran. We cannot see what actually is going on inside Iran. We're hearing reports that that the regime is very, very weak. There's massive devastation across the nation. That the Mideast Gulf nations will not step up rapidly to try to give a bad actor, a terror regime, hundreds of billions of dollars after they bombed their other nations' oil infrastructure. You mentioned the nuclear bomb material. Let's listen to Victor Davis Hanson here saying he's actually not worried about that. It's buried underground, he says. President Trump says bombing Iran is still on the table if they don't comply. Watch.
The two chief issues I'm not so worried about. I think we know where the enriched uranium is. It's sealed. We have great intelligence. We can bomb it. We can hit more of their industrial complexes if they cheat. And they will open the Strait of Hormuz because they're just about broke. The other things are known unknowns. We don't. It's going to be more difficult to ensure they're not giving money to the Hezbollah and the Houthis and Hamas. That's more murky, and we don't know what they're going to do in Lebanon. The main denominator, though, that has to be ironclad is we have to react disproportionately anytime they break the agreement.
If they don't come through, is it a threat that we'd bomb? You can call whatever you want, but it'll probably happen.
Your reaction? We're talking a lot of military pros. They're saying it's a good thing if Trump's deal leads to a non-nuclear Iran, a freer flow of oil globally, and a more stable Middle East. What do you say?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to have to get to a place where they know that we're going to come after them instantaneously if they don't play along because they are so degraded. And I think it's just going to be a process of us threatening and then having to bomb at certain times and then bring them back to the table. But we're going to have to keep them down.
Thank you so much, Captain Doug Truax. Thank you for your service to America. We appreciate you so much.